enhanced fires. The 2019-20 Australian bushfire season, colloquially known as the Black Summer, was a period of unusually intense bushfires in many parts of Australia. In June 2019, the Queensland Fire and Emergency Service Acting Director warned of the potential for an early start to the bushfire season, which normally starts in August. The warning was based on the Northern Australia bushfire seasonal outlook, noting exceptional dry conditions and a lack of soil moisture, combined with early fires in central Queensland. Throughout the summer, hundreds of fires burnt, mainly in the southeast of the country. The major fires peaked during December to January. As of the 9th of March 2020, the fires burnt an estimated 18.6 million hectares across the South Pacific Ocean to Chile and Argentina. As of the 2nd of January 2020, NASA estimated that 306 million tons of CO2 had been emitted. From September 2019 to March 2020, fires heavily impacted various regions of the state of New South Wales. In eastern and northeastern Victoria, large areas of forest burnt out of control for 4 weeks before the fires emerged from the forests in late December. Multiple states of emergency were declared across New South Wales, Victoria, and the Australian Capital Territory. Reinforcements from all over Australia were called in to assist fighting the fires and relieve exhausted local crews in New South Wales. The Australian Defence Force was mobilised to provide air support to the firefighting effort and to provide manpower and logistical support. Firefighters, supplies and equipment from Canada, New Zealand, Singapore and the United States, among others, helped fight the fires, especially in New South Wales. During the ensuing crisis, an air tanker and 2 helicopters crashed during firefighting operations. The air tanker crash resulting in the deaths of the 3 crew. 2 fire trucks were caught in fatal incidents caused directly by fire conditions, killing 3 firefighters. By the 4th of March 2020, all fires in New South Wales had been extinguished completely, and the Victoria fires had all been contained. The last fire of the season occurred in Lake Clifton, Western Australia, in early May. There has been considerable debate regarding the underlying cause of the intensity and scale of the fires, including the role of fire management practices in climate change, which during the peak of the crisis attracted significant international attention. Despite previous Australian fires burning much larger areas or killing more people, politicians visiting fire-impacted areas received mixed responses. In particular, Prime Minister Scott Morrison, an estimated $500 million Australian dollars was donated by the public at large, international organizations, public figures and celebrities for victim relief and wildlife recovery. Convoys of donated food, clothing and livestock feed were sent to affected areas. Starting from September 2019, fires heavily impacted various regions of the state of New South Wales, such as the North Coast, Mid-North Coast, the Hunter region, the Hawkesbury and the Wallandilly in Sydney's far west, the Blue Mountains, Illawarra and the South Coast, Riverina and Snowy Mountains, with more than 100 fires burnt across the state. In eastern and northeastern Victoria, large areas of forest burnt out of control for 4 weeks before the fires emerged from the forests in late December, taking lives, threatening many towns and isolating Corryong and Mallacoota. A state of disaster was declared for East Gippsland. Significant fires occurred in the Adelaide Hills and Kangaroo Island in South Australia and parts of the Act. Moderately affected areas were southeastern Queensland and areas of southwestern Western Australia, with a few areas in Tasmania being mildly impacted. On the 12th of November 2019, catastrophic fire danger was declared in the Greater Sydney region for the first time since the introduction of this level in 2009, and a total fire ban was in place for 7 regions of New South Wales, including Greater Sydney. The Illawarra and Greater Hunter areas also experienced catastrophic fire dangers, and so did other parts of the state, including the already fire-ravaged parts of northern New South Wales. The political ramifications of the fire season have been significant. A decision by the New South Wales government to cut funding to fire services based on budget estimates, as well as a holiday taken by Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison during a period in which 2 volunteer firefighters died, and his perceived apathy towards the situation resulted in controversy. As of the 14th of January 2020, 18.626 million hectares was burnt or is burning across all Australian states and territories. Ecologists from the University of Sydney estimated 480 million mammals, birds, and reptiles were lost since September, with concerns that entire species of plants and animals may have been wiped out by bushfire, later expanded to more than a billion. In February 2020 it was reported